之前我是用平啊，然后
再晚一点吧。
所以
我是用那个。
前男友还
金丝小丑，人鱼群，
人体群很不一类群，
他买的东西送给他，然后还放进去。
还有拿。
为什么我们要见面？为什么我们要见面？为什么是才可以见面？
你觉得我敢问？好的。
所以，太搞笑。
这时候就一直问，然后我还就
一点嘛啦，就很耶。
你要给他发泄出来，一直问到未来就没有时间给我们听一下。我教你
还有什么？
你有酒？
我去买嘛。
你觉得来喝得下没有？我听故事来讲给你们听啊。
男人就是要。
我也最喜欢跟你谈。
哦，蛮我逛啊，这么要这样子做自己。他喜欢找，他喜欢找一个 solid 5 out of 10。
什么意思？
那 Jackson 啊？
不是我朋友，他喜欢找 solid 5 out。
什么来着
？5 out of 10。是那个女生嘛，说实话，没有 offer，但是就是。
那女生没有很好啊。
对对，就没有很美。
当时
我没有看到全部。
那时候就不想讲了。
吃饭的
自己的朋友呢？
对不起。
就他可以讲的，但是赌场没有。他最近讲，我不应该找他是，然后我就讲，我就找3位。不一样的，3位不一样。
3位的女生是光那个。
还没有到王者。
在下面一点3位，没有他们的要求是那个女的。
讲人往高处看。
你也很少被这样。
没有被这样。
你的辅导这里有用吗？
没有什么辅导。人家从一直吃东西，我就跟他讲我很饿哦，没有，一点。那时候在房间里面，学校的房间里面，还陪着他们。
科四啊。
科四。啊？我不知道在哪里。我在这边 post close friend story 啊。我以为我可以很坦啊，也没想到会。你要这样留了一个。他 report 上 post 啊。
跟我认识的人。
我在拿相机啊，细狗。
咦，他吃过的地方好像我吃过，是在他西这边的，这边。
村上海，村上海就是不要那种。确实，那颜色比较好一点。
我帮你 add 那 story，还是可以 add 的。
我已经这个在我的开里面了，
Hello.
我已经 add 过。
Ah ya.
知道这是哪里？会看。
tapi saya sekarang tak ada. Boleh tetap pop pop.
那时候我们在槟城，那个忘记哪里，那个码头很久。哎呦，是不是有这样的东西？
Okay,
这是我，
break time over.
就是啊，这是冰淇淋。啊，对对对，这是冰城去的。
Okay, put your phone down, please.
他不给我按电筒的。他的。
Shh. 10 minutes, finish your story, yeah? Okay, put your phone down. Okay. So next is project cost management. So this is also one of the knowledge area that a project manager need to know. Okay. So the purpose of project cost management is to ensure the project team complete a project within an approved budget. Alright. So in project cost management, there are 4 processes. Plan cost management, estimate cost, determine budget. Okay. So based on what you see here, I've highlighted number 2 and 3. So in project cost management, first you need to estimate the cost. Okay, then only you determine the budget. Okay, you don't determine budget, then estimate cost. So the correct sequence is estimate cost and determine budget. So what's the difference between cost and budget? Anyone can tell what's the difference between cost and budget? You have cost. You have cost. You have the budget. Then what's the difference? You have cost. You have budget. What's the difference? No difference. Spelling different. All same. Okay. I'll skip to cost and budget. Okay. So project manager need to estimate project cost. Okay. So to estimate project cost, need to know all the resources needed to complete the project. Okay, example of resources are like people, equipment, materials, hardware, software. These are resources. So to complete project, you need resources. So output of cost estimate is cost estimate and basis for estimate. Alright. So this table shows you example of project cost. So inside this box are the costs. Alright. So inside this box are the costs. And these are the cost item. Okay, so the cost item again. So cost item, you group them by category. So related costs, you group them together. Alright? Related costs, you group them together. So these are the costs, these are the cost item, okay, grouped by category. Alright. So when you estimate the cost, you may have make assumption. You may make assumptions to come up with this cost table. So when you estimate cost, you have a cost table, something like this. Okay. So basis of estimate means when you produce this cost table, you may have make some assumption. you may make some assumption. Can you tell me what are the possible assumptions that this person has made when coming up with this cost estimate? You see here, project manager, okay? One of the cost items is project manager, 8,000. 8,000. This is the first month, second month, third month, fourth month, fifth month, until the last 12 month. So you can assume that this is January, February until December. So project manager, 8,000 from January to February. Project team members, 12,000. Okay, from start to end. You can also see handheld devices, server, okay, under hardware. So these expenses happen in April and May. Okay, this cost only comes in April and May. For project manager and team members, the cost is from January until end of the year. License software also from April to May only. So I would say this is a very good cost estimate. It tells you, okay, what are the costs incurred in January, February until December. So clearly, what are your costs, okay, by month. It's a very good cost estimate. So when coming up with a cost estimate, you may have made an assumption. Or if you are the project manager, you need to make assumption. So example assumption that you may make in this cost table is or are. Can you see? For hardware, okay, for hardware, 30,000, 30,000, 8,000, 8,000. So we are now in February, okay. So we are now in February. So this will be the money you need to spend in April, May. So the assumption is the cost remain the same. Okay, so there's no increase in cost. That's one assumption. So other assumption is for project manager, you see the salary, the cost is the same. That means assume that there's no salary increase for this particular project manager. There's no increase of salary. So the salary of the project manager remain the same from start to end. Okay, these are assumptions. Definitely there will be some assumption, or you have to make assumption when coming up with a cost estimate. Okay. Okay, so these are the costs, you total them. So you total the cost of each item, then you total the cost for each month. Okay, so project costs. So these are project costs. Okay, so cost by month, cost by item. Okay, so cost is the forecasted amount to pay to complete a project. Alright, so this is additional notes I add in this morning. So you can update later on, no problem, because after I finish chapter 1, I will post it in Google Classroom. You can follow up there, right? So cost is the forecasted amount to complete a project. So the project haven't started yet. So the project haven't started yet. You are just doing a cost estimation to estimate how much the project will cost, okay, by month. Okay, and then what are the total? Okay, so cost is the forecasted amount to pay to complete a project. So amount to pay for January is this amount, February is this amount, this amount. Okay, you know how much to pay from month to month. So budget, okay. So budget is the approved, determined budget. So determined budget. So output is cost baseline or approved budget. So budget is a spending plan. Okay. Budget is the spending plan, amount you plan to spend. Okay, so anticipated amount of money to spend from time to time to complete a project. So looking at the cost, you will know that you have to spend this amount in January. You know this is the amount you have to spend in February. So knowing the amount you have to spend in January, February, March, and so on, so you set aside the money. Okay, so when the time comes, you have the money to pay for it. Okay, so once you have determined the cost, okay, you have to determine the budget, set aside the money, set aside certain amount of money to pay for a project. Okay, so money comes from, the money is not come from the project manager, the money is come from the company, from the accounts department, from the finance department. So the finance department, the accounts department, okay, will reserve the money to pay for a project, but project manager need to tell them, okay, the project cost, okay, what are the costs for each month. Okay, you are now here. Okay, so assuming 1 year is 2 semesters. So assuming 1 year is 2 semesters. So fees, meal, this is for student, fees, meal, accommodation, others. So total, this is just for illustration. Fees 10,000, meal 5,000, accommodation 5,000, others 1,000, total 31,000. Okay, so next time 11,551.22. This is budget or cost. This is cost. This is your cost. This is your cost. Your parent may ask you, what's your cost for 2024-01? Okay, what is your cost for 2021? What is your cost for 2024-05? Okay. Your parents may have a certain amount of annual income. Okay, certain amount of annual income. So this is a budget allocated for your study. So this is the amount of money set aside to cover the cost. So there's an annual income. So this is a budget to cover some of total study. This is a budget to pay for loan, certain amount for others like entertainment, trips, etc. Okay, a family also have budget. Okay, so to cover the cost for the whole year. Okay, so this is your cost. This is a budget. Okay, so your money comes from your parents or your guardian, right? Okay. So if you are the project manager, you need to develop an accurate cost estimate. Okay, so you need to develop accurate cost estimate so that the finance department or the account department, okay, allocate or reserve the right amount of money, okay, for you. Okay, if not, if the cost estimate is not accurate, later you ask for more money, there will be some problem. Okay, there will be some problem. Why? They will be asked why you don't calculate properly. Not a good question to answer. Okay, so there's cost management. Okay, so control cost. So how to control cost using tools and technique called earned value management to determine whether a project is on time and within budget. You will learn earned value management in chapter 2. Right. So project quality management. Okay, so project quality management to ensure that the project will satisfy the needs for which it was undertaken. So there's a chapter on this. There's chapter 3 will cover project quality management. So here I will skip all the slides about quality management. Okay. So next is project human resource management. So for processes, plan HR management, acquire project team, develop project team, manage project team. Alright. So plan HR management is identify and document project resources, roles, responsibility, and reporting relationship. Establish an organization structure for the project. Okay, output is HR plan. Alright, so here you have to establish an organization structure for the project. When you have a project, you need to get the people to work in a project and come up with an organization structure. Alright, organization structure for managing projects. So this is functional organization structure. So this structure means you are using an existing organization structure to manage project. So you can manage a project using an existing organization structure. Okay, so in this case, the existing organization structure is a functional organization structure. Example, transfer equipment to new office. So this project is managed by operation manager and assisted by one personnel from every other department. So this structure makes use of existing staff in the company. And this project is transfer equipment to new office. So the project manager is the operational manager, assisted by one staff from each other department. Transfer equipment to a new office. Why transfer equipment to new office is a project? Do you agree that this is a project? Okay, good answer. Why?
It is planned and not routine.
Ah, very good. Non-routine. It is not something that you do on a regular basis every month or every year. Okay? This company is shifting to new office, so equipment need to transfer to new office. It's not a routine job. Planning is required. Okay. Well done. Alright. So this is a project. So make use of existing staff. Okay. Using existing organization structure to manage the project. Alright, pros and cons. So pros and cons, I've given you a new pros. Okay, so others I've cancelled. So cost saving because you're using existing staff. You're not hiring a new team to do the job. So there's a cost saving. Right? So you are making use of existing staff, okay, to handle a project. So no new teams are recruited to do this. So save cost. Alright, so the cons are project leaders have little power. This is a project leader, they have little power. So this project leader has little power on this staff, and this staff. Okay? This manager has very little power on this staff and this staff because these three staff already have their own boss. Okay. Conflict of priorities. Okay, so conflict of priorities for this staff. The priority is what? To do marketing work. The priority is not to transfer equipment to new office. This staff also, priority is to do engineering work, not transferring equipment. Alright, so therefore, this project leader may have a problem in getting cooperation from staff from other departments. Alright, so there's a disadvantages of using an existing organization structure to handle projects. Okay, So another structure is project organization structure. Okay, project organization structure. Each project has a project manager. Project manager report to the CEO or senior management. So this is project manager 1, project manager 2. Project manager report to senior management or the CEO. Defense, architectural, engineering, and consulting companies are examples of companies that hire people specifically to work on particular projects. So defense company, architectural companies, they have this kind of organization structure. So what other kind of businesses or organization may have this structure? Project organization structure. Software development company. Okay, answer is software development company. Alright, so post unity of command. Okay, so unity of command, highly responsive to project objective or customer needs. Unity of command means one employee only need to report to one boss. So there will be no conflict of interest. So the cons are duplication of facilities. Duplication of facilities, example, you can see there's a marketing here. Also there's a marketing here. So this is duplication of facilities. So duplication of facilities will lead to cost inefficiency. So the duplication of facilities will lead to cost efficiency. So the third one is metric organization structure. I will skip this one, this is not common. Okay. So that's number one. Number two is acquire project team. Okay, so acquire project team is get the personnel needed and assign them to work on the project. So output is staff assignment, resource calendar. Okay, here get people to work in the project. I'll skip this one. So number three, develop project team. So you have a group of people. Now you have a group of people working the project. You have to develop them. Okay. So you have to develop them to ensure that people can work together more effectively to improve project performance. Okay. When you have people working in the project, you have to develop them so that they spend the time to do the work. They are not fighting. Okay. If you don't develop them, they are not cooperative with one another, that will reduce project performance. Alright? When you have people, bring in people, and they meet for the first time, you have to develop them. Okay? So that they know what they want, they must achieve. And they spend time to do the work. Okay? Not fighting with one another. You do group assignment, you cooperate with each other, then you have a good performance. If you spend time fighting with one another, you will not be able to produce a good assignment report, right? So how to develop project team? A common technique is to organize team building activities. Okay, so a common practice is organized team building activities. Okay, so when there are team building activities, so even though people are not familiar with each other, so when they play together in the team activities, they are very cooperative. Okay, so they are very cooperative to get things done. Attendance attended team building activities before? Yes. Yes. Good. You like it? Okay. Like it, huh? Usually after team building activities, their team members will be very close to one another. So getting things done will be easier. The money is well spent. It costs money, but it's worth spending the money. I will skip this one. I'll come back this one later, maybe during revision time. Okay. So number 4 is, okay, so you have a team, you need to manage the project team. Okay, track team members' performance. Okay, so motivate team members, give them feedback. Okay, so resolve issues and conflict. Alright. So if you are a project manager, you need to have the skill to solve conflict. Okay, sometimes conflict happen in the team, so you need to have the skill to solve conflict. So PM must ensure that people can work together as a team to achieve project goal. Alright. So scope done, time done, cost done, quality, okay, will be covered in chapter 3. Human resource done. Okay, so next is project communication management. So the purpose of project communication management is to collect, disseminate, and store project information in a timely manner. So as a project manager, you need to collect information. Okay, so you need to collect information. Collect from who? Collect from project team members. You need to disseminate information. You may have received instructions from the CEO, from senior management. When you receive information from the senior management or CEO, you may want to pass this information to the team members. Okay, so project manager is in the middle. You need to collect information, and also you need to pass information to your team members. Also update senior management or CEO the project status. 3 processes: plan, communication, management, manage, control. Right. So plan for project communication. Okay, so planning for project communication. So what a project communication plan should contain. So to plan for project communication, you need to come up something like this. Okay. You need to come up something like this. This is what we call a project communication plan. This is a project communication plan. So first is name of communication. How often it will happen, frequency. Method of communication. Who will receive the communication? Who is responsible? Okay, so for this one, project team meeting. So project team meeting, so these are the communication that you have planned. Project team meeting, stakeholder update. Stakeholder update is you keep stakeholder informed of the project progress. Board meeting, contribute to this department letterhead. Look at this example, project team meeting. So these are type of communication. So every communication listed here must be a purpose. Okay, so the type of communication is determined by the project manager. So every type of communication must have a purpose. Okay, so example for project team meeting. So this project team meeting is between project team and project manager. So purpose is to collect information from project team and also to pass information to project team. So a project manager may make use of project team meeting to collect information from project team meeting. Example like, okay, whether or not they face any problem, Okay, and also passing information to team members. Okay, so how often is this meeting? Okay, daily. Okay, so daily, if daily, it shouldn't take too long, not more than 1 hour, because daily is considered very frequent. Okay, so method of communication meeting. Here written as meeting, I assume that it is a face-to-face meeting, not online meeting. Okay, so who will receive the communication? So who will receive the information? Project team members. Who is responsible? Project managers. So meaning project manager is responsible for handling this communication. Okay, so this one, stakeholder update once a month. So method is email newsletter. So email newsletter, this is to disseminate project information to stakeholders. Project managers want to keep stakeholders informed of project progress by emailing newsletter to them. So this means this is a one-way or two-way communication. This is one-way communication. So one-way communication get done on a monthly basis to keep stakeholder update the project progress. So this is usually two ways communication. Okay, face-to-face meeting, 2 ways. Okay, you want to collect and pass info. So this is only passing info, one-way communication. Okay, so manage communication. So once you have established your communication plan, okay, so you need to manage it. So manage it means you do what you have planned. Okay, so do what you have planned. Project team members. Okay, so for project team members, it is good for you to mention who are the team members. Example, team leader, software engineer, tester, UI designer, etc. Okay. This is my opinion. If you say team members, not sure who they are. Okay. So it's good to spell out. It's good to spell, right? In bracket, okay, in bracket, who are these people? Project manager, there's only one. Here can be more than one. It's good to spell who they are. So project board. So project board is a group of people consists of top management, department managers. Okay, and the PM is one of them. Oh no, shouldn't include PM because PM is already here. So project board are a group of people consists of top management, department managers. They are usually the project board. Project board are usually referred to these people. Okay. People who are holding high position. Okay. So wider development. So wider development are other relevant parties other than project team, stakeholders, and project board. Okay. Example. Other relevant parties. Student center is under construction, correct? So other relevant parties are we study here, we know what's going on. Okay, we study in KL campus, we know what's going on. We know the progress. Alright? So other relevant parties are so the method of communication is newsletter. So other relevant parties will know about this project through newsletter. So who are the other relevant parties?
The other branch.
Correct. Okay, correct. Student in other branches. Yeah. Okay. That's correct. Okay. So control communication. Control communication is to ensure the information needs of project stakeholders are met. Okay, so note if some project stakeholders are no longer relevant to the project, then these people should be removed from the audience list. Alright, for example, stakeholder update. This kind of communication is held on monthly basis. How stakeholders are informed about project progress is through email newsletter to them, email by project manager. Okay, so if a particular stakeholder is no longer relevant to the project, so that particular person email address should be removed from the mailing list. So you need to keep track of this. Okay, so those who are not relevant to the project anymore, remove their email from the mailing list. Okay, so don't keep on sending the information to them. Otherwise, they will feel that you spam them. Okay, so a good communication plan will ensure that customer, team members, and other stakeholders have the information needed to do their job. Okay, so we also have communication planning. Before week 1, we have a meeting. Before week 1, we have start meeting. Okay, before week 1, you start meeting. So get ready for the new semester. So there will be briefing. Okay, there will be briefing and then Q&A. Week 14, after week 14 is what? Exam, So we also have meeting. So we also have meeting before exam. Because the procedure for handling exam may change. So what are the changes? We'll be informed so that we do the right thing, because the procedure will not be the same, okay, in the coming sem compared to the last sem. Okay, department may make changes to the exam procedure. So any changes? So we have staff will be informed here. What meeting is held here? What meeting is held in the meter? Any course rep here? Course rep, hands up. Oh, course rep. Course rep from?
RSW.
SW. Course rep? You are meeting here?
student dialogue session.
It's a student dialogue session, yeah. Who are involved? Course rep,
Program leader.
program leader. Associate dean?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, okay. Course rep only, class rep no. Oh. Total how many people?
Every time I go is like in the Google Meet around 20 people lah.
Oh, quite big. It's a communication plan. It's a communication plan. This is staff only, staff and student, staff only. After you meet, did you gather information from your classmate before you attend the meeting?
Yes.
After meeting, do you update them?
Yes.
Good. Okay, that's the right thing to do. So this meeting has a name, student dialogue meeting. This meeting also has a name. This meeting also has a name. Just this additional information only for communication plan. Okay, so when you are doing project, you need to prepare this kind of communication plan. Okay, when you are in charge of project, you need to have this kind of communication plan. So you need to know. Okay, you need to have this communication plan because a project manager need to collect information. You need to know who you want to collect information from. You need to pass information. So how frequent you need to collect info, how frequent you need to pass a project info. Okay. So what kind of meeting that you have to prepare? So risk management then will be covered in chapter 5. Okay, so this one next week. Okay, any question? No question, that's all from me today. Thank you.
候选人就已经讨论到。
你有去对我。